This is it then, folks. Can we do what we haven't done in this career mode so far? In the 3 seasons that have preceded this, we have not made the quarter-final of the World Championship. In the first season, we lost and it decided to Mark Allen. In Season 2, Ronnie O'Sullivan wiped the floor with us. He beat us by 13 frames to 6. And then last season, the unthinkable. We were 13-5 up against Ronnie O'Sullivan. We weren't 13-5 up, we were 12-5 up. Scrap that. And Ronnie won 8 frames in a row, which meant that we went out again at the last 16 stage. But we have a good chance today against Mark Selby to go and win this match. We lead by 10 frames to 6. Another good session in Monday's episode saw us lead 5-3. Again, it was the same scoreline as the first session. So, as a result of the aggregate of those two scorelines, we lead going into the last session with a maximum of 9 frames by 10 frames to 6. Hope you're all good, folks. Welcome to episode 92 of the Snooker 19 Pro Career in Season 4. And today we have the last session of the last 16 match. As you can see from my little epilogue there and etc, that we've never got through this stage. And we had our best chance last year against Ronnie O'Sullivan and the unthinkable happened. But this year we're playing well. I'd be really shocked if the same happened to us again. But we've got a good lead going into this last session. And that's all we can ask for. But we've got to keep the good snooker up. And it was a good early safety from us there, which put put Mark Selby in a bit of trouble, which has meant that a lot of the Reds have come flying out into play and might just give us an early chance. I'm looking at this black and thinking there's a potential of not getting on a red, but looking at all the other colours, there's not that much on. So you just got to hope for the best here. Well, we're not on that one. That's unfortunate. It looked good if we were pushing it to the cush, but that wasn't going to happen. But luckily we have got a backup plan. This one will just go into the centre.
This is no gimme.
It's tough, but it should be okay. Yeah, it's potted. So a good start for us here. I think we could really help our chances if we win this first frame. Get a 5 frame cushion. And, it all starts to look pretty good for us then. But we played pretty well in this match against Mark Selby. We've had a few little mistakes here and there, but generally speaking, I think we've played pretty well. But we have to finish off the job today. Fair to say it would be a bit of a surprise for Selby to go out this early, given he won the tournament, I think, last year in game. So he is the reigning champion. I know he's won it at least once. I was having a quick butchers before I recorded this episode. Amazing, I can't remember now. But I know it was Judd Trump that won it 2 years ago, because I was looking more for the 2-year rankings and how much
23.
Mark Selby potentially dropped down. But trouble is we don't know who got to the final with Judd Trump 2 years ago. Because it just tells you the winner of these events rather than anything else. It's a tricky one into the centre, but we're going to take it on.
Yes, he's taking the pot on.
Good shot. Good shot indeed.
Superb tubal control there. Ideal position.
Thank you very much, Mr. Folds. Not very often we get too much praise off these guys, but it's not been too bad today, has it? I do say today, I don't know why I keep saying it, because technically we've played this match over the last couple of days. I'm recording them each day, getting a session done each day as promised, just to keep myself in motion and a little bit of form, hopefully. This has been a steady start to frame number 17. Bit of hesitation there with the number. I was just working it out in my head what number it was. Just looking at our options here, and I think the only option is the black. You can bring one of these into play. They brought one of them into play.
46.
So that's good. Again, just looking at our options. Doesn't harm us to have a quick butchers. But realistically, this one along the cushion is going to be our best chance. Tough one, but should be
He
potable.
just wants this to drop gently into the pocket.
Yeah, it's fine. Good pot.
47.
We have left ourselves a little bit hampered though here, I must say. So I think it's going to be pink next up.
The long pot's on.
Just to
and he's
guarantee
going
position
for
on the
it.
next red. We are getting to the crunch point of this frame.
Great
So it would
duel.
be wise just to make sure we can get on a red.
53.
Pace is critical here.
Hit that one a little bit too hard. We'll see where it pulls up. It's not too bad for the black.
54.
And we, could be encouraged potentially to open up that pack of reds. But I'm going to not do. Just make sure we get position on the next red. Because you're never quite sure when you open up packs, even if there are packs of free, where the cue ball's going to end up. You lose that control over the cue ball then.
Pace is very important.
We've overhit it again, but I don't think it should be a problem. No, that's fine.
62.
I think this time we are going to go into them.
I think he's playing this with a lot of power.
So hopefully we should be on something.
He's got a real chance here.
Yeah, which we are. So we have got a real chance. There are 6 reds left at the table.
69.
We lead this 17th frame by 69 points. So just 1 red needed. And we're only 2 away from the quarterfinals. And it's dropped. Good pot.
And that effectively
And a very good
shuts
start
the
to this
opponent
session
free.
for us. That'll make Mark Selby particularly nervous. We need 2. Mark Selby needs 7. Needs to go and beat us 7-1 now, and that is a big ask over the next 8 frames.
77.
But we do have that limbo hanging over us of knowing what happened last year and all the rest of it. And, we played well up to a point, and we got Ronnie in a really good position. We were probably 12. I think it was 12-4 or 12-5. Fairly sure it was 12-5. We got in a really good position, and it's fair to say we didn't make the most of it. But this match, I have to say, is in our hands now. Unless Selby starts playing really cagey. Which you might well do, but you'd think that, 2 times out of 8, you got a chance of making it happen.
Well, no surprises here with the long pot attempt.
So pink's dropped. It's going to be awkward to get in for one of these 2 reds.
Really good.
I have to say.
91.
And we will need one of those to make a ton here.
Well, he's taking the red on.
That's
just
a nice drop.
magnificent. 92.
Might just have a natural angle here. Try and move one of them out the way. See what we can develop.
No doubts about his
So we
power.
nudge the red. Ooh, that's a tight one.
98.
It is a very tight cut, but with that and a red, and a colour, we'd get essentially, I think this is surely one of the thinner
He's
cuts.
looking to pop this into the left corner pocket.
No, we'd even gone too thin there. But you know what, it doesn't matter. It's a shame we miss out on a century, but a very good break of 98. And with that, we move 5 frames clear in this match. Just 2 away now from the next round.
Frame conceded. Frame Neil Robertson.
That's the frame in the bag.
Thank you, frame 18. Mark Selby to break.
So the second frame of today's session. It's a good break off from Selbs there.
He looks like he's trying to get the cue ball tight on the cushion here.
Yep, you're right. Try and get it tight onto the bulk cushion. Going to struggle not to leave anything on, but that's a good position. I'm happy with that. But I would guess with how far he is behind, he's just going to take something off on if he can see it.
Well, he's taking it on.
He knows we would. He's took the red on, and it's just about dropped.
Great opening red.
A little bit fortunate there. Didn't play it with too much pace, so he's got that to help him.
8.
Just hit one of the jaws, but just still went in. And it is chance for Selby here to reduce the arrears.
The split looks good to me.
And it's a decent split.
9.
Nothing special, but he's developed 1 or 2 chances.
16. 17. 24. 25. 30.
And he's queuing well. You know, he's not playing too badly, he's Mark Selby. And he's had some very nice breaks so far. Can he add to that with this one?
33.
Things made a little bit awkward for him. It's going to be a good blue, but no doubt one that Selby, one that's good with the angles, can manage. And he's done well. And he's just about managed to sneak a position onto this one to the
38.
centre pocket. The right-hand centre pocket as we look at it.
Well, an excellent pot.
Wonderful shot.
Just a few recovery shots needed here to get himself back into place.
That's a loose shot.
And unfortunately, it's not quite worked for him. So it's not going to be a visit where he's going to win the frame. But it's a very clever safety shot.
He's looking to get the cue ball safe.
Try and get fairly thin on this and get back up to bulk. Don't think we need any theatrics here. That will do. That's okay. The only danger really is that one that's on the fairly close to the cushion, which he could take on, but it's a tricky angle and he risks leaving quite a chance. Should he miss it, he's just going to play safe on that one, try and get that away from the cushion. That's probably a smart choice from Mark Selby.
Nicely done.
Play
This
just
is
that
building
little bit thinner.
a really interesting test of their safety skills.
That's okay. Not perfect, but it shouldn't leave anything on. Unless he's seen a chance. He's kind of seen a half chance. He's kind of gone for it and maybe not. There, well, he would say probably going for a shot to nothing, but who knows. Okay, another decent shot. That one has come a little bit too far, potentially, the Red Bull, but I don't see too much of a problem. Just another thin nick from Selby there. Nothing too clever, and certainly nothing too clever because he's left ourselves a chance.
Well,
And you know we like a
half a chance here.
good punt at these long reds. And it's there. Good pot.
What a beauty.
This is our first chance in this frame. It's going to be tricky. Try and get some sort of split on the reds.
A lot of power.
Even though we are queuing off the cushion. But that's not too bad. I can live with that. So let's see if we can really punish Mark Selby now. And get within 1 of the quarter-final. Long way to go, but let's see how we do go here. We've got a fair chance. We can certainly get some good points on the board. Don't worry, it's not that early. I don't know if you know the bit birds tweeting outside. It's not that early in the morning, don't worry. I'm not sat here in the middle of the night recording this. I want to leave that red up bulk as a bit of a backup. That could be a mistake if we get in ourselves a little bit of trouble. But I want to leave that as a bit of backup up bulk for the moment. Just see if we can develop these two. We have done, but unfortunately the cue ball's rather stopped in its tracks.
21.
So we need a good green here if we can see it. Just to get ourselves back in action. This is risky, because if we miss it, we're going to leave something on.
Yes, he's taking the pot on.
But no, right in the centre of the pocket. Good stuff. We might just take that one up bulk on, depending on what sort of kiss we get here. We're not going to get any sort of kiss
24.
on the red. So it's going to be the one up bulk, I think. That would be the smart choice. Fairly straightforward pot. Nothing too difficult about this one, he says. Famous last words again. But no, it's there. So a wise choice to leave that as a backup, because it was definitely needed there. And we'll just play one of the bulk colours. Just to ensure position for the next one.
Nicely done.
29.
And every point we get, obviously, is one that Mark Selby can't. So it just chips away
30.
at any potential lead that Mark Selby could build. But we've got some tough cueing here. Got out for a good contact off the cushion. Got to pot these first, of course, which we have done. So now we're relying on the good contact. This has got a good line. Has it got the length? Yeah, it's got a good length. Good shot.
35.
I can't see any problems here.
Good shot. Not quite perfect on the black. So I don't think you'd be too angry at me, I don't think, for playing this shot. Just to pot the blue, make sure of things.
Long pot, right up his street. Great pot.
We'll just play the red into the corner pocket. Try and target the black, although that's not going to be easy. We're going to need a little bit of help off the cushion. Obviously, we need to cue this nicely.
Pop this into the right.
A bit of help off the cushion. You'll always throw that little bit of danger in there when you go off the cushions, but that's ended up pretty nicely.
Right on top of
Pretty
his game
straight
at the
as
moment.
well for us to put a nice
42.
bit of angle on for the next red. We'll need some side spin just to make sure we don't go into
He can
the
take the lead here. Great
the
play
side
to
cushion,
get into
but
a frame that was looking
good
difficult.
comeback in this frame. We have took the lead.
Starts to mount.
It's not obviously all over yet. We still need
The
to...
question is, can he close it out after finding
Exactly.
his way
Can we
back to
close
the
it
frame?
out? That's what we need to do to move one away from the quarter-final. I was going to say the semis there, but getting a little bit carried away.
Nicely onto the colour.
We can pot the black. We'll be 13 ahead with 27 on. So we'll just need, I think I'm right, yeah, we'll just need yellow, green and brown to move one away from the quarterfinals. And what a steal this would be. Mark Selby
37.
got a little bit of a break going. Didn't really get going too much, admittedly, though. With that break of 40-odd. 44
Just
it
a
was.
card left now.
Played a poor... Well, it wasn't a terrible safety, but just left a half chance and we went for it. And from there, we've ended up here. It's been a nice break from us. And just these two balls you can see here needed. We've potted one of them. And we've left ourselves a fairly tough pot to the centre, but I think we should have it all wrapped up.
This pot for snookers required.
Just need this to drop into the centre. Looks like a good angle. Just need to drop in now. Yep, it's there. So, Mark Selby now needs snookers to win this, but obviously we want to avoid any sort of battle like that, so we're just going to try and pop the last 3 balls here. We've got one of them, and if we pop the pink, it is all over in frame number 18, and we move one away
For the left corner pocket.
from the quarter-final. The perfect start to this last session.
77.
And if we can get out of there nice and quick today, we give ourselves a little bit of a break before that quarter-final, like we did with the match against Nopon. But of course, we can't think about that like that. We can't snatch at our chances.
And the
It's
frame,
one thing getting to this stage, it's another getting to the finishing line. We're one frame away,
Thank you,
but,
frame 19.
you know, let's just remain patient and play our natural game. Or at least try to. Got 7 bites at the cherry, but again, we can't really think like that.
He just wants to ensure he gets this cue ball tight to the cushion with the
Oh, that's a bad mistake. That is a bad mistake from Mark Selby. But fortunately for him, he's not really left too much on. Just try and play a bit of a shot to nothing here. Not far off. Oh, it's just about missed.
Not quite close enough.
Well, we've left him a chance, and I guess you could say it was a little bit silly, that one. But with the black tied up, it makes things a little bit
This
trickier.
needs to be played at the right pace.
He's going to drop that in. If I was Selby, I'd try and play snooker now, personally. Knowing how shocking we are at getting out of him. Got a better chance of gifting himself the frame by doing that, but no, plays the yellow. Leaves himself a fairly tough red. These ones can stay out, and there you go. It has stayed out, and Mark Selby from that chance has made a grand total of 3 points. Ouch.
No more than half a chance here.
Good pot.
Best flip. He'll be disappointed with that.
Very good pot, but where is the cue ball going to end up? Fortunately, I think there is a line that we can get through to the pink boy. Thank goodness for that. And that was a very nice opening of the Reds.
He'll play
An
this
opening of the
with
Reds
defensive
that could
power.
be enough to win us this match.
Oh, wonderful shot.
But it's certainly a chance to make a sizable contribution. I know I'll talk about that a lot,
Played
but
that very well.
you know, it is a good chance here to make something of this, definitely. Just can't afford to make any silly mistakes.
8.
And we've got 3 Reds by the centre pocket. We can just knock in and be a nice haul of points just there.
13.
Probably 18 points if we're going for blues.
Doesn't want to overhit this.
14.
Now the black should pass into this pocket. Again, famous last words possibly, but I think it should be fine. Brings that black back into play, which is crucial.
21.
But we're just going to go for these ones around the centre pocket at the moment. I don't see any harm in doing that.
Twenty-two.
Just play this one up bulk. Got a very nice straight angle on the brown, which will allow us to queue for the red. The third of the Reds in that little bunch by the centre pocket.
26.
Just wants this pot to drop into the pocket.
27.
It's been a nice start here, but we all know we've got to back that up with something here.
This looks relatively easy.
Some 40 out. We've left ourselves a tricky one, but one that I think should be okay. With this red along the cushion. Just one of those silly ones you can easily miss. But now looks fine to me. This should just drop in. Yep, which it does. Now we were aiming for the blue. I don't think the black goes, but it doesn't. So that's absolutely fine to know. Try and play us for a little bit of side. Don't want too much, don't want to muck the whole thing up altogether. But equally, it would be nice to get onto the next red. On the edge of the pack. But equally, it's pointless playing with side if we're not going to get any sort of position.
This will need good queuing.
In it goes.
Slightly softer than we wanted, but we've got some sort of angle, so we'll take that.
38.
One that we should be able to pot. Yep, good pot. Ooh, we've come a little bit too far here.
39.
It's not quite what the plan was. Okay, doesn't pass this time, that's fine. We'll probably play for this one up
Well,
bulk.
I'm not surprised he's taking on the long pot here.
Play with a little bit more angle just to make sure we get on it, but we could make a mistake if we're too far towards that jaw, and that's exactly what we've done.
Miss, nonetheless.
Just played it with a smidgen more of an angle to get onto that red a little bit easier,
We'll be looking
and
to get
unfortunately
the frame
we were
in.
too far off in the first place.
1.
So a little mistake from us there. Not the best of chances for Selby, but needs to
That was a
polish this one off, you'd say, and he hasn't.
5.
Wow. Made 5 out of that. Again, you'd think he'd make a lot more out of it. And it's a poor safety, and that could be Selby's last shot in this year's World Championship. Don't think this has got the pace to get on the black, though. Oh, it might do, it might do. Come on. That'll do.
Position's
That will
pretty
do.
good to me.
1.
Yeah, just got to make sure we pot this.
Playing
And then
with
get
plenty
a
of
nice
power.
split for the position. Black's there.
That's not the best split.
And where are the reds going? All over the place. And there's nothing easy here,
8.
unfortunately. I need a good one to this bulk pocket. Like to keep the cue ball where it is, really, if we can go for the pink. Yeah, we can't, so don't have to play this any harder than we need to. This is tough, though.
Corner pocket.
A little bit about fortune, this, whether it sticks in, and it has done.
Well, an
That could
excellent
just
pot.
be a big shot, really could. The Reds at our mercy now, you would suggest.
Well, he's looking at potting this into the right corner pocket.
A little bit of side to get on the next one, but have we blocked our way through with a little bit
Great
too
shooting
much
there.
angle?
15.
Let's just check. No, we're fine. So we lead by 46. There are 4 reds left. So red and black. And we've won the first 3 frames of the session. And for the first time, we'll be through to the quarter-final. Could play the black, but we'll just play the pink to make sure we get on the next red.
The pink ball now.
And this has been a great performance.
That effectively removes
It was pretty
any
close
chance of a comeback
at
in
the
this
start. But, you know, to think that
22.
Mark Selby was 2-0 up. We've effectively beaten him 13-4, which is, you know, a really good result for us. Really good stuff. I think that will be a big confidence builder. I looked at this match and thought, oh, this is going to be a tough one. Really tough. And to be honest, it's been nowhere near as hard in terms of an opponent's point of view than I thought. Of course, it has been difficult. You know, we're not winning it at this angle just because Selby's had a bad game. Not at all, but
What a beautiful pot that is.
probably because we've played well
31.
to close it out. Hopefully we can keep this form going to the next round, which again is another best of 25. So on Friday you will see the first 8 frames.
37.
Followed by the next 8 on Sunday and the end of the match on Monday. So
38.
just under a week. But I hope you guys are enjoying these World Championship matches. I certainly am. Getting a real bit of momentum going now. 2 strong victories to get us started in our Crucible adventure. Our final one, of course. And looking to close this series out with a Crucible victory. The finest trophy of them all, the World Championship.
43.
It's been a very short episode today. Fair to say I'd set aside a bit more time for longer.
46.
But we've got the job done. You know, it's a very good performance.
is
Winning the opening 3 frames.
50.
And we can be proud of ourselves, but not much time to gloat because we do have the next round to come pretty sharpish. And we'll see in just a minute who our opponent will be for that. I'm going to say either Mark Williams, Judd Trump or John Higgins.
55.
Just got a hunch. But it could be a surprise.
He's aiming for the left corner here.
Because there's no tournament trees in this match. It could be in this game. Could be absolutely anybody. But we clear the table to the last black. This will be the last pot of the match.
straightforward enough.
And a very good clearance. And I'm sure Mark Selby will come to shake our hand for a job well done. And for the first time in this career mode, we are through to the quarterfinals of the Betfred World Snooker Championship. great clearance of 68 to finish things off. And, no, a good performance. A few frames definitely could have gone the other way. But fortunately they didn't. You know, we played well and we've got the match done with quite a few frames to spare. So good stuff there from us. 3 in a row. And it's John Higgins. As I expected it might just be, is John Higgins in the quarter-final of the Betfred World Championship. It's going to be a toughie, but I'm more confident about this one than Mark Selby. And I think if we win this, then surely it's Mark Williams and Judd Trump in whatever order you would guess. You don't know, but you would guess in any sort of order it'd be Mark Williams or Judd Trump, or possibly Mark Allen, but I can't see anybody below that based on the Snooker 19 system getting to the semi-final of the World Championship. But it's going to be a tough one against John Higgins, and hopefully you guys will join me for the duration. So as I said, the first 8 frames will come on Friday's episode, then an episode on Sunday for the next 8, and then the remaining frames in next Monday's episode. So if you enjoyed that, folks, make sure to leave a thumbs up down below, comment your thoughts as well, and subscribe for regular Snooker 19 content. Thank you very much for your company and your support throughout this career mode so far, and I'll see you guys in the next episode on Friday. Goodbye for now.